Hello everyone, wanted to show you a new gun I just bought, a Grant Power Stribog SP9A1. Wanted to show you what comes in the box from the factory, especially this specific model that came with the brace, and see what you got for your money here. Let's take a look here. Ignore this is just a sticker because this box is discreet and there's no labels or anything, so you don't know what is up and what is down. I try to write it bottom and top with a silver Sharpie, but it didn't come out very well, so I had to put a sticker here. And the reason this is important, because also a reason you know this is not an American-made gun, the case, the latches here are actually upside down, not normally what we're used to. Normally we're used to the top of the box latching from underneath, releasing the latch from underneath. But for this, since it's a European gun made in Slovakia, things are a little bit different, I guess. They latch it from the top. So if you look here, it says push, but you also have to pull. But generally, you can just kind of do both at the same time. It is firm because the brace is pressing against the box. So there you go. It latches upside down. That's the first key that you know this is not an American-made gun, because that is strange. It was weird to unlatch the box this direction. Anyway, it's at the top of the box. Again, it doesn't say Grant Power or anything other than the serial number sticker over here. I would have liked to see some kind of embossing or embellishment or just another sticker. It just says Grant Power Stribog or something. This is just a black plastic case, but it does have some very nice foam cutouts for it, so we'll see. All right, this is here we go. We got the nice foam backing here. This is the foam cutout for the actual pistol itself. Warranty card, instruction manual. We'll get to the warranty because it's a little weird. The trigger lock, who needs that, right? An extra set of plastic sights. And they give you an extra set because the flip-up sights on here are plastic, and I'll show you why you probably need an extra set. They do make this a metal set. It's about 50 bucks, 50 or 60 bucks or so. And I may get that, I may not, who knows. But they do give you two sights, so which is nice. It comes with 3 polymer mags, 30-round polymer mags. These are the first generation. The second generation has steel feed lips. That generation comes with the roller delayed model SP9A3. Again, this is just a straight blowback design, but it does come with 3 mags, which is very nice. My model came with a brace. Most models, the cheapest ones don't come with a brace, but you can add different braces, PDW braces, tail hooks, whatever you desire, or if you just want to keep it in a straight pistol form without any brace. This is the back of the receiver, where if you didn't have a brace, you'll just have this in the back. Very nice. This says Grant Power right there. So nice little touch. Let's take this bad boy out. Here is the gun itself. I'm gonna take one mag out. I'll put the box away so we can get on with the review. But again, it's a very nice cutout for this particular gun, and I appreciate that. So here we have, our pistol here. We're gonna undo or open up this brace. This is the SB brace, the same one that comes on, and I'll show you, same one that comes on a CZ Scorpion brace. It's a generic brace. The only thing different is the actual hinge that goes in the back of the receiver itself. But here we have it in all its grandeur. One thing you do notice when you first handle it is the machining on here. This extruded aluminum receiver, upper receiver, is very nice. It feels very different than the CZ Scorpion. The CZ, when you grab it, you feel plastic. It's not as cold. It feels, you're working with a tool with a CZ Scorpion. But when you pick this up, you feel like you're working more with a machine because it's metal, it's cold. There's edges, it's just, it feels like, a real weapon, whereas the CZ, it kind of feels like a toy at times, even though it shoots great. I love that gun. The first thing you do when you pick this up is like, man, this looks like a serious workhorse, a serious gun, and that's the way it feels. The polymer bottom, lower receiver, it's okay. Nice feeling plastic. It doesn't feel like it's brittle or hard or it's gonna crack over time. The texturing on the grip is okay. There's an inlay here with like raised columns. Looks a little strange. It feels okay. The front has horizontal serrations. The back has vertical serrations. So I guess the back, so that you don't move your hand side to side, and the front, you don't move your hand up and down. But I would have much preferred something a little bit more aggressive, modern. I like the Magpul stippling texture on their guns, on their grips. They do make I think Lingle Industry makes a lower receiver that is more AR-like, where you can change the grip. You can even change and use CZ mags. Anyway, the new models come with the flat face trigger. It's a skeletonized flat face trigger, but the CZ had a terrible trigger. This one has a nice, again, this is a metal trigger, skeletonized flat face. So we'll give it a charge here. Very nice, clean break. A little bit of creep on the uptake. Reset is very, very short. This is something everybody says online. The reset is great. It is really short, gritty until the break, but a nice break as well. The safety selector is ambi on both sides. I don't like the safety selector. It is too small. This feels like a really cheap piece of plastic. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be looking into maybe changing it, but it's, for my thumb, it's okay. It sits a little bit too flat. I wish it was raised a little bit more. This, again, the ergonomics feel like an AR because that safety selector looks like an AR safety selector, but it's just a little bit too flat. But it's usable. It's a little bit slippery because it is plastic also. You can just slip your finger over that when you're just trying to aggressively flick it, and if you don't have your thumb completely on it, you might miss that flip over. Mag release is ambi, which is a nice touch, and I believe the mag release is also metal. The slide lock is a stamped piece of metal that wraps around on both sides. I like that design. I don't like the execution. It is metal. It's stamped metal, just like an AK. And I've moved away from AKs because they have too many sharp angles, edges. It's just not comfortable. So to lock the slide back is easy, but to release it, again, it's a little bit too far. I have medium hands. It's just a little bit too far, but I can reach it, but it is firm. You can see an indentation in my finger from just pressing down on this metal, and it is not comfortable to do so. I believe HB Industries makes an extended one where the flaps on the side kind of extend out a little bit more. But geez, I mean, they could have designed this somehow a little bit better instead of having this sharp metal edges. I mean, everything else on it, this fit and finish feels really nice, except for this safety, the slide release. It's just a stamped piece of metal. And I'll take it apart so you guys can see, but it's not very comfortable, even on this side, to release it. Again, you have a little bit more leverage, but if you're doing that really fast and often, it's just a sharp piece of metal here. I don't like that at all, so I'll probably swap that out. The mag well has some texturing, some of the raised columns and these grooves here. If you were into putting your hands on the mag, I don't like to keep my hands on anywhere in the mag. If this went down a little bit further so that, for example, if this mag well went down a little bit further to cover the whole hand, would have been better. But I can totally see people, inching their way. If I were to hold it here, my pinky would still put pressure on the magazine, and I don't like when you have to rest anything on the magazine, because that's a point of failure if you were putting pressure on the magazine. So some people like to put it here, so when you do that, just be aware. But I'm gonna try to keep my hands away from here. I do have a Magpul AFG2 angle foregrip we'll be putting on the front. Because again, I don't, even though it's comfortable for me to be here, and I'd rather be a little bit further for more control. But the ergonomics overall is fine. The grip is a full-size grip. This is, I guess, meant for larger hands if you were to rest your pinky on there. But for me, you know, I don't even touch that area. So I would have liked to have the option of changing out this grip. Again, I'm very fond of the Magpul K2 grips. I have them on all my ARs. But overall, fit and finish of this gun is very nice. You know, I believe this is lasered, engraved. The name here, this logo, I don't know if this is the logo or symbol of this particular gun. Just all these little engravings here. I love these little touches. It looks so European. The serial number is in 4 different places. One here on actually 2 on the lower, 1 on the upper receiver, and the bolt itself. So maybe in 50 years or so, if these were collectibles, somebody would be wanting to collect, you know, a complete gun with matching serial numbers. That might matter later, but to me, I mean, it's just a little bit too many serial numbers. But on the flip side here, also some nice laser etching, Grand Power, made in Slovakia. I love the look of these European guns. I mean, you know, the CZ looks like it's a great looking gun, futuristic. But this looks like a classic submachine gun from Europe, and it just, for me, is great. I love the look of this gun. Will this be a home defense gun? We'll see how it runs, but I don't need it to be. The charging handle is, it's all right, not bad. See, there you go. That mag release or slide release is just a little bit too firm. This came pretty oiled, pretty well from the factory. I stripped all of that oil. I put my own oil. So even before I did that, the slide, the bolt action and everything was pretty smooth. And now it's just a slight bit smoother with the oil that I use. But overall, I mean, it feels pretty good. The safety selector is easy to engage if you don't slip over it. The mag release is fine where it is. Again, the slide release, the location and all is fine. The design is good. The execution is poor. The metal, or they could have used something else or stamped the metal some other way. It's just got some rough, sharp edges. The bolt face is nice. It's got some, laser etching there as well. Here are the flip-up sights. If you were to look, the front flip-up sights, when it's in the down position, there is actually a notch, like a pistol notch. And in the rear, you can see there is a groove. So you can use these as like a pistol sights. So if you were to put your cheek on, and you can actually shoot this without any sights because they're built into the flip-up backup sights. If you wanted to get a little bit more accurate, the rear flips up. You see a peephole, very, very tiny, but when you are putting your face near it, it kind of ghosts that whole area out, and you can see the front very clearly. So pretty good for accurate shots. Am I shooting this at 100 yard? Yeah, who knows? But I like the look of this ring with the dot. Nice white dot. Tritium in there would have been awesome, but again, not needed. You've got plenty of rail space for a light red dot and magnifier, even if you can fit it on there, because this whole rail is one piece. It's not like an AR where you have the upper receiver here, it cuts off, and then there's a front section of free float rail. You can put your red dot anywhere you like, or light or laser, whatever. You got plenty of rail space here. Picatinny rail in the bottom. Again, I'm going to be using this rail section for an angle foregrip. The charging handle is swappable from this side to the other. You can buy aftermarket ones where you can have both. It's up to you. These sights, again, they're plastic, so they do have some. It's hard to see. I don't know if you can see that. They do have a slight flex to them, and I can totally see you jamming this. Let's say you had this in folded position and you wanted to put this in a backpack or, you know, in case or something, just quickly grab it and go. If you had these sights up and you jammed it in there too hard, I can totally see these things breaking off. Or if it's in the backpack and you step on your backpack, again, just be aware these are plastic sights. Again, they do make factory metal sights, the same exact shape. And again, about 60 bucks. Do you absolutely need it? That's up to you. I'm probably gonna stick with the plastic sights because I already ordered a red dot. And I'll just use these. You know, they look nice. I mean, they look very nice. But again, in execution, it's not the best. The brace itself, the hinge comes, again, it's the tension is adjustable based on you. It's just a little hex screw here. Tighten it down if you want it to be a little bit tighter. Pretty good for me, no wobble. Easy to engage the locking mechanism. Takedown is pretty easy. Again, from the lower down, it's very AR-like. There's 2 pins. Oh, and also the this thread protector is, I guess, known to kind of creep out and in. It's, again, I've only been messing with it. I haven't shot it, and it's just comes loose all the time. It's knurled, so you can tighten it down, but like I said, unless you get some blue Loctite or something, it may back out, but I might be changing that as well. M-LOK slots here. One note though, on the M-LOK slots here, if you have the Magpul rail cover type 2s, they will not fit on here because this rail does not angle down. It's flat all the way here. So there's certain, just make sure if you're gonna get some rail covers that the rail covers fit flat. The Magpul rail cover type 2s, they're a little bit curved. You can see that on the CZ Scorpion. The rail cover type 2s are a little bit curved on the edges. Luckily it fit on the Scorpion, but it did not fit it on here because I really wanted that on there, but I'm gonna go a different route. So just be aware, even though there are M-LOK slots, if you've got any curved parts on your M-LOK accessory, it will not fit flush with this M-LOK slot. Just be aware of that. Let's go ahead and take it down. There's 2 pins, just like an AR. They do come firm from the factory. Again, I've already oiled this thing, so it's a little bit easier. Takedown is quite easy. You can take this pin off too. Let me do that for you guys. You don't really need to have a punch to do this, but it's a little tight. But there you go. You separated your lower from your upper. The mechanism is, I want to say, very AR-like as far as the trigger, but not exactly. This slide release, again, it's a stamped piece of metal, just like an AK part. It's captive, so it won't fall off as long as you have this pin. This pin is captive. There's a little pin that keeps this pin in, but again, easy to clean the bottom. I haven't taken out the whole spring yet, but I've oiled everything in there. But pretty basic, straightforward. I would say a very simplistic design. The reason I'm taking this off is I want to show you what's inside. To take the brace off, very easy. Once you're on here, kind of push down, it comes right out. Again, very simplistic, very easy gun to work on. Also, be aware there is a little piece of metal sticking out. I thought this was broken or something came from the factory weird, but no, this is to engage this little spring is actually a spring, engages the slide release to keep it down. So just be careful when you're cleaning or doing something. Don't bend that. It's meant to be there. But we're gonna take out the bolt mechanism. Again, I've already oiled this. There goes the spring. Oops. And this is the bolt. When you take this bolt out, it comes in 2 pieces. Just be aware of that. But the simplicity of this is pretty brilliant. You know, you have to have a pretty heavy bolt for a blowback design. So they put a lot of weight near the front. So that's pretty ingenious. And to take the bolt apart is easy to clean. You don't have to, you know, fumble with this entire piece of metal here. You can take that out. And there's one pin, I believe, to hold in your firing pin, and you can get to the extractor and all that stuff. But all that stuff was pretty nice to begin with. You know, pretty hefty. I don't see any problems with this bolt in the future. The spring is captive here, and then you've got a rubber buffer in the back. What I wanted to show you was inside. Compare this to a CZ Scorpion. This was one of my concerns after opening it up, because there's the openings. You can't get physically in there. I mean, the opening back here is nice and big, but for you to do a very detailed cleaning, you want to get in there, you really can't get in there. And that was a little bit annoying to me. You know, on the CZ Scorpion, all of this opening is just wide open, easy for you to clean in there. But again, you've only got a couple slots. I mean, good luck trying to reach in there. You've got this metal stop for the, I guess, the bolt. But again, the opening back here is good, but opening over here, not so good. It's going to be hard to reach in the middle, especially if you're shooting a lot of steel ammo. I mean, you know, all this area up here, under here, around here, all of that's going to get dirty. And for me, I like to keep all of my guns super clean as possible. So I like to get in there, but it makes it a little bit more difficult to get in there to clean. Is that a deal breaker? No, but it is an annoyance. I'm not sure if I want to buy another one of these. The CZ, the way it's built, even though it's polymer, it's easier to clean. The fit and finish on this is very nice. The parkerization or whatever process they used to get this, I guess, phosphate on here, it's very nice. There was no imperfections, no you know, discoloration. Very well done on the upper. So we're gonna put this back together. Again, easy to reassemble. Make sure that's lined up. Slide that in there. The spring goes into a hole right here on the bolt. Just slide that in. Okay, very easy to do so. To get this brace back, or if you just had a base plate, here you go. You align it with the hole here. You kind of, it's not very hard. You can only push it in one way. When you push it in, you have to slide it. I'll do that again. You push it in. Once you align it, you push it in. You got to push a little bit against that spring and buffer, and slide it up. It locks into place. Very nice. Very easy. Again, you've got this little indentation of a. Again, that will be for the slide release. So to get the lower back on, a little bit stiff to get that forward pin into place. But once you get in there, just like an AR, push the pins in, and you're ready to rock and roll. Again, very nice trigger. Very nice reset on the gritty side, but hopefully that will work its way out. Again, I've got a little bit too much oil in there. But again, 8-inch barrel. I will show to you this gun side by side with the Scorpion, which has a smaller barrel, shorter barrel, and they are actually about the. Hold on. Let's take the brace out of the equation. They are actually about the same length. So good job on Grand Power for making this as compact as possible. So now you can kind of see, well, here. But trust me, they are about the same length from receiver to barrel tip. So there you go, just about the same length. And actually, I think it's shorter, even though, anyway, roughly the same length. So I like what they did there with the slightly longer barrel, but still compact. Of course, I've read the reviews and watched the videos online. Slightly more recoil. excuse me, a different recoil impulse than with the Scorpion. I like this style more. The B&T's, the magwell is huge. I mean, the magwell, aluminum, I believe it's aluminum or polymer, I don't remember, but the magwell part here is like extended out so thick. It makes it look like a gun that was converted to take, Glock mags. It just, I've never liked any of the B&T designs. I think they're just quite ugly, kind of ugly guns to speak the truth. This is a much cheaper side. Again, people have had some reliability issues again with the mag. For the most part, it is the newer model, the AP3, SP9A3 that has the roller delayed mechanism that they're having a problem with, even with the new metal mags. And I'll show you the new metal mags right here, metal feed lip mags. This is it. They've got a very sturdy reinforcement here for the magazine. One of the drawbacks of a straight magazine, and I'll show you, if you're not paying attention, you grab your mag from your belt or bag or wherever, and you weren't paying attention, if you kind of get that in there, the magazine's backwards. That's the drawback of a straight magazine, is orientation. Where the CZ, of course, you got that's curved, you know what's back or what's not. Again, if I were to draw that from a belt holster or a pouch or something, and I just inadvertently try to put in, and it draws your attention away, like, oh crap, gotta turn it around. But once you get it into the position, the mag flare is very nice, easy to get that mag in there. They don't always drop free. Sometimes they'll get a little sticky in there. See, there you go. I just grabbed the mag and it's backwards. Again, just be aware of that. I'm gonna stop the video because I'm gonna put a couple of the accessories on just so you can see a little bit of the work I'm gonna do to it. There's gonna be more things, but as time progresses, who knows what the ultimate form will be. So let's stop the video. I'll put on some of the accessories and you can see maybe what the potential is for this gun. All right, so we're back. I've installed the AFG2 angle foregrip. Fits on there almost perfect for that slot. One screw to hold in, but it is held by friction. Also, you have to slide on the rail and then you screw it down. I took off the little notch on the AFG2. I didn't like that notch. But now you can see it is not too distracting, doesn't take away too much from the aesthetics. The gun itself, that blocky design is what I really like. But that angle foregrip is pretty nice. Allows me to index my thumb, rest my thumb on the charging handle. You can do that because, again, this charging handle is non-reciprocating now. Even when the bolt locks back, even when the bolt locks back on last round, you can still keep your thumb there. Again, that slide release is tough. I put some rail covers here just to protect the rails until I get my sight in. It is coming. I wasn't sure which one to buy, but I was going to lean towards the Holosun 507 or 503. But you know what? It was a little bit too bulky, so I went with something else, and we'll do a follow-up video. I put some, these are BCM, just rail covers. Excuse me, M-LOK slot covers, just plastic. I don't really like this all that much. It's not grippy enough for me, but it does cover the holes. This hole here is not an M-LOK slot. I don't know what it's for. Heat dissipation maybe, but either way, you really can't do anything with that. But now, if I wanted to just run my hands on these rail covers, slot covers, if I wanted to, put my thumb here and do it that way. But it gives me options, a little bit more comfortable. I can just hold it like that. Not too bad. Again, once those flip up sights are up, it really does make the gun look pretty cool, real nice, compact. So overall, really liking this gun. I'm debating whether to get a second CZ Scorpion or a second one of these. This price point comes in much cheaper. There's more and more accessories for it. I mean, the CZ is still king of, to me, of PCCs in this price range, other than an AR9. Again, I've got this one decked out pretty well so far. I like where I'm going with this one. Again, this one's got the Romeo 5 on there. You know, banana mag just to be silly. But for now, this gun shoots very well. I expect the Strebog stripe, officially it's supposed to be called Strebog. The Strebog, I expect this one to be a good shooter as well. And we'll see, we'll do some follow-ups with that. But for right now, I'm happy enough to take it to the range once the sight comes in. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any tips, tricks, let me know. I'm still new with this gun. And PCCs in general. Wanted to come back and actually talk about the warranty. There's an insert here with the warranty from Grand Power. It says 2 years for plastic parts and surface treatment and 5 years for other parts, which is not too bad. But in the manual, it actually says something else. On page 10 of the manual, it does state the same thing, 2 years parts. And then at the bottom, it says limited warranty 1 year. And then over here, it says limited service contract. So after 1 year, you still have a warranty. I'm very confused as to which warranty is in effect at which time. But the verbiage, I mean, there's 3 different areas where it says, actually 4, here, 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 and here, where it talks about a warranty. So I expect, you know, Grand Power to live up to their promise. But as far as, you know, if the finish on this went bad because it was just a defect, you know, 5 years from now, does it cover it under the lifetime service contract, or are we still under 5 years? You know, everything else, I mean, who knows? I mean, hopefully nothing fails here, but you know, I did have a question on the warranty. So if somebody can clarify what the warranty actually is, that'd be great. But again, thanks for watching.